Anthony Marcario joining us here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service here at our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. Coaching Wyoming area boys team this year. For you, let's go through your coaching background, what you coached, and now here you are in a varsity role at Wyoming area.
Yeah, this is my 8th year coaching actually. I was involved in the Pittston area program for the previous 7 years. Coached the middle school team as well as the 9th grade team, and was fortunate enough to land the position here at Wyoming area. Thrilled over it.
Let's talk about some of the coaches you met along the way and some of the influences that you had as coaches.
Yeah, well, I mean, growing up for me, my biggest influence was my dad. My dad he coached me growing up through grade school. He coached high school basketball as well at every level. So for me, it's in the DNA, so to speak. And as far as the coaches that I've worked with, I've got to give a lot of credit and a lot of appreciation to the guys from Pittston, Alan Keisinger in particular, for getting me involved. And yeah, it's been awesome. I've been around a lot of great people. Had the pleasure of getting to learn from guys like that. So yeah, it's been great.
For you, young, enthusiastic guy, you hear players talk all the time, hey, I could relate to this coach, he's young. There's a fine line between relating to a coach and then being a young guy. Talk about what you're finding as a coach with some of these young high school guys and being able to make sure, hey, I have some experience here, this is the way it's going to be, you got to follow the rules. But
yeah, definitely. And I think for me also being a teacher at Wyoming area helps. So a lot of the players I've had in class before, so we kind of set that boundary right away. And yeah, the working relationship with the players that we've had, it's been great. These guys really have bought in since the summer when we've gotten going. And yeah, I think being a young guy, being energetic, being able to get on the floor with these guys and interact with them in that sort of way, it goes a long way. And they've been fantastic. It's been really great so far.
A positive energy you have. Again, something that you think maybe you got it from dad or just the kind of person you've always been?
Definitely. It definitely comes from him. That's one of the things that I always remember from him as a coach was he had the innate ability to motivate guys in a way that I've never really seen other coaches do. So I try and emulate a lot of that, in my own and kind of take my own piece of that and transform it that way. Yeah, he passed away 3 years ago. So for me, being able to do that, he was always my biggest fan. He was at every single one of my games. We talked before, during, and after. So, yeah, a lot of my coaching philosophy and style definitely comes from him.
This year's group that you inherit, let's talk about what kind of kids you have. You have a lot of athletes, you have some basketball players, you have some guys that are just going to go after it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of versatile guys, and I think that's the biggest thing. That's our biggest strength is we've got a lot of guys who are multi-sport athletes. So we have the ability to go with bigger lineups like we did on Friday night. We've also got the ability to go with smaller lineups like we also did. We've got a really good blend of seniors all the way down to freshmen that are involved in our rotation. Yeah, our guys, what we don't have in experience, we definitely make up for with our energy, our chemistry, and we've got a lot of guys that can play. It's just a matter of getting them on the floor and being able to show that.
How about the league itself and playing the competition? What will that be like? There's some good competition.
I mean, it's going to be fun. It's obviously a huge challenge. We know that. I've been following this league for a long time, and there are so many good teams or so many well-coached teams that are in this league. Obviously, if you look in our division, you look at Nanticoke, Wyoming Seminary, Crestwood, teams like that, and we know that really it's anybody. You've got to be ready to play every night in this league, otherwise you're going to get beat, and you're going to get beat badly. So, we understand that, and every night that we step on the floor is going to be a challenge.
You look at this team, you find yourself to be really solid defense. You have guys who could put the ball in the hole. No, you said you have a versatile group, but how will that look when you guys hit the floor in a 63-62 game or a 49-48 game?
Yeah, I mean that's what I think will help us because again, personnel-wise, I feel like we can match up with a lot of different teams. Teams that are physically bigger than us, we can go with the bigger lineup. Teams that are more quicker and athletic, I feel like we can get up and down too. And we've really been trying to stress the defensive end of things. I've been trying to explain to the guys that that's the constant. That's the thing that we can control. Shots aren't always going to fall, but if we're communicating correctly on defense, playing as hard as we're capable of, I think we could be okay.
Well, congratulations on the new gig, and we wish you the best here in 2018-19.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Daniel Weedle joins us here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service at our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. And first thing that stands out for you is you hit the books 4.0, 7th in your class. Talk about being so dedicated as a student.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough being a student athlete, balancing everything, but it's worth the sacrifice. You know, late nights and practices, balancing everything, time management. It's tough, but I feel like in the long run, once you go to college, you have to deal with it anyway. So,
Feel like you have a lot of intrinsic motivation for the studies, or does mom kind of get after you about some of this stuff too?
most of it's self-driven, but I definitely get some of it from my parents. I know they did really well in school, and I definitely want to take after them.
Good thing you're carrying that gene trait.
Yeah.
You like math. You're thinking maybe Widener University down the road and maybe play some baseball?
Yeah, I emailed the Widener coach, but since it's out of recruiting season, he hasn't really gotten back to me yet, but hopefully he reaches out to me, and if not, I could always walk on, just work hard, see what happens.
You're involved with a lot of clubs and organizations at school.
Yeah.
Talk about what it's like being a student athlete at Wyoming area and walking the halls there. Warm feeling?
Yeah, and like I said before, it's tough to balance, but the thing with Wyoming area that I personally believe sets us different from a lot of schools is it's heavy on the family aspect. Like, it's a very tight-knit group of diverse people, and everyone kind of gets along and works together. It's really good.
Jason and Kevin, a couple of brothers, talk about what they're up to.
Well, all three of us play baseball and basketball, so I guess they're taking after me. They look up to the big brother. And I get to beat Jason up at basketball practice. It's always a good time.
Talk about the competitiveness that you guys have as a group. Are they always striving to be as good as you, if not better? And obviously, when you're the big dog right now, you're the senior, you feel like, all right, I'm in charge. But I'm sure they're creeping up on you.
Yeah, and I think Kevin's going to grow up and be the best athlete just because me and Jason have been pushing him so hard. But
that's great to hear.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, it sounds like you got a real nice future going forward here academically and possibly athletically with baseball. We wish you the best. Great to catch up with you.
Thank you.
Cole Kulba joins us here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service as we're located in the pizza capital of the world. Our Carol and Janelle in Old Forge. Cole, let's talk about your role in the basketball team this year.
I'm a small forward for the Wyoming area basketball team, as I'm currently a junior. I will be in the starting five this year. It's my first year actually in the starting five, and I think I'm very proud to be part of that. One of the captains for this year, which is a very proud role that I achieved this year, and I'm glad to be part of it.
What do you think you bring to this team? You bring a defensive aspect, offensive aspect?
More of a defensive aspect. I think I'm more of a playmaker. I get a lot of assists and rebounds, and I like to have my other teammates score instead of...
Three-sport athlete, you play golf, baseball, so talk about both of those sports, how much you enjoy them.
I enjoy every sport that I play. Baseball, that's my favorite sport that I play. I've loved it since I started. I'm looking forward to playing in my future, especially college, maybe even pro. And golf, I've been playing that since I was 2 years old when my grandfather took me out for the first time. And I've stuck to it ever since, and I've been playing in high school and going to the AGA tournaments, and it's been fun.
You have a brother, Bruce. Tell us about what he's up to. He's 10 years old.
Yeah, he's a weird kid, but, you know.
Aren't all brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
They're all weird.
Yeah, we all love him, though. But, yeah, he plays lacrosse. He does karate. He's a good student in school, and he loves his family, so...
It sounds perfect to me. That's
Yeah.
awesome to hear.
Yeah.
You like math. You do well in school, 3.6 grade point average. We'll talk about being so dedicated there in the classroom.
So that's probably the most important thing that I need to focus on, especially since my mother, since she's a teacher. She pushes me to get those grades that I need to achieve to go to the certain colleges that I want to go to.
You listed your mom, but also your grandfather as a role model. Talk about why.
He's been there since I was ever born. When I was little, I actually moved into his house, and he always took care of me when my parents were working. He would always take me out to golf, make sure I had dinner, had something to eat, and I still go over there all the time to make sure, like, he always takes care of me. So.
Is he always in the stands watching you
Oh
as well?
yeah, you can hear him from outside. He'll be screaming.
All right. Well, hopefully there's a lot of good screaming going on this year for Cole
yeah.
Kulba. We appreciate your time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Jesse Mikolajczyk joins us here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service, and we are at Arcaro Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. The sophomore season for you. Let's talk about how much you enjoy basketball.
It's by far my favorite sport that I've ever played, and I always enjoyed it since I was in 3rd grade.
Talk about what makes you so good. Low post moves, good shot, tough defense. What?
My height is a big advantage, but I've always loved to shoot around in my backyard, so I have a pretty good jump shot.
Everyday practice, you enjoy that. Not every player would say that. So what is it about practice you like?
I just like being with my teammates. They make it so much more fun.
You got a couple of siblings, so one is older.
Yeah.
The other one, both are older actually,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So talk about both of them. What they're up to right now.
My brother, one of them, my oldest, is probably hunting, and Jake is probably just sitting at home, but they treat me so well, and I love them, but we get in arguments, but we're still brothers.
Normal brother stuff. Any basketball games in the backyard with these guys?
Not for many years. When we were little, we used to, but it hasn't happened in a while.
They're old and retired now, 19 and 17, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, you're still going at it. You're ranked in the top 20 of your class.
Mm-hmm.
You really enjoy math and science. Talk about being a dedicated student.
I always value school first, and I always try to make time, no matter what, to dedicate time for school.
Let's talk about your relationship with your grandfather as a role model.
He taught me how to be a gentleman, basically. He raised me right, along with my parents, and I thank him for it.
Well, not many kids who are in 10th grade get to understand that and know that, and that's an important component in life, and being a gentleman for the rest of your life. Jesse, what do you like about this team when you guys are out there on the court? Do you feel like you have some components for success this year?
I think we have a lot of talent and a great team. We have a young lineup, but I don't think that's anything that will hurt us. But I do think we'll surprise a lot of people this year.
All right, Jesse, we'll go get them this year. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
Nicholas Rubino with us here on the John Mendola Show from Wyoming area. And it's your senior year, Nicholas. Talk about your brand new, young, enthusiastic coach. He's got some pretty good energy.
Yep, he's a fun guy to be around. I met him when I was in 8th grade. He was the coach at Pittston, and like we just had a great relationship ever since. Like he's a teacher at Wyoming area, so I'd go up to his room and talk to him about basketball, and it's pretty awesome that he's our coach now in my senior year.
What kind of talent does Wyoming area have this year? You have guys who can shoot, guys that can hustle, guys that can play defense. What do you see right now?
I think we have an all-around team. We have people that could shoot. We have everything. We just need to get the experience because we lost a lot of people last year. And as soon as we get game action, like feel how it is to play varsity for the first time, we'll be good.
Couple siblings for you, so talk about what they're up to right now.
They both work. My brother works in like a factory, and my sister is a waitress.
Okay, and how about their support with you with the game of basketball? They come out and cheer you on?
Yeah, especially my brother. He's always telling me I got to be more aggressive and like just giving me pointers about what I should do and stuff like that.
Counting a math, couple subjects you like. You're ranked 63rd in your class. Pretty proud of that, I'm sure. What do you hope to do down the road?
I plan on, I want to attend King's. I didn't get accepted yet, but if I do, that's where I'll probably go, and I'll probably study accounting there and stuff like that.
Nice future, good career. Let's talk about your relationship with your dad and why you look up to him.
He's just always been there for me. He's taught me a lot of good life lessons and how to be a good man.
How about hitting the weight room and 5:30 in the morning? Talk about what that means.
It's fun. It's a group of the guys, you know, baseball and basketball. I go there, so there's a lot of guys there, all my friends, and we just go in and get a quick lift before we hit the books at school.
All right, Nicholas. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Hope you have success.
Thank you.
Jake Greenfield is with us from Wyoming area talking about the basketball program. 10th grade year. Your brother played last year. Talk a little bit about what it was like watching him go through the program and looking up to him.
Yeah, it was always. I always had fun going to watch him, and he. Last year, the first time I was ever on the same team as him, and I've learned a lot from him. Just like I remember after his final playoff game last year, I asked him just any advice that he could give me, and he just like 10 minutes just told me a bunch of encouraging stuff. So of course we have a new coach now. Yeah.
What's it like with your new coach? Talk about the relationship you're having now.
I'd say I have a better relationship with my new coach. So I think we see more eye to eye. Like we play more up tempo is kind of like how I like to play. And just the team we have as a unit right now, I feel like is a lot better than we've had in previous years.
How about your skill set out there on the basketball court? You find yourself to be a guy who could shoot the jump shot or drive the lane or dish the ball. You have a lot of offensive options there.
Yeah, I feel like I do a little bit of everything. I have very good court vision in the open floor. I feel like I find teammates well, and if you leave me open, I'd say I can hit almost any shot on the court.
That's good to hear. Let's talk about getting up early and making sure you guys, whether it's at the weight room, fun stuff. Is that easy to do, or just something you kind of like, hey, somebody's got to do it, we're going to do it?
We had big shoes to fill with 5 seniors leaving last year, so we thought that the only way that we're be able to really replace that is by working hard and as a group getting in the weight room that early in the morning. It really brought us closer together.
You're thinking maybe accounting down the road, or something that you like right now in high school?
Yeah, I like accounting. I feel like I'm really good with math, and it seems like something that I could do down the road.
Top 50 of your class, you'd like to go to college down the road, and obviously you look up to your brother. How much influence right now is your brother having? He's like, hey man, I miss basketball already. High school's just over for him. Does he try to give you some pointers?
Yeah, we have a very strong relationship. Actually, after our first game on Friday night, I was probably talking to him for about 2-3 hours. Just he's giving me advice on how I can improve. I sent him the game tape. He told me, he gave me some pointers of different things I can do to make myself more assertive out on the court.
All right, Jake. Well, I think you got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work in the classroom and on the court.
Thank you.